Hello, everyone. My name is James Hull. Welcome to our Monday or Tuesday night question and answer period. Today I have Zaina from Kingston. Kingston is our newest pilot site. Well, that and Peel, right, Jackie?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I also have Jackie Tanner here, our national manager. And as always, we simply just ask questions that we get by email, that we get by social media, Facebook, the whole and we just go through them here. So I'm just going to put a little message in the chat if you want to ask a question. So we'll go to the emails for now, and we'll start with Zaina. Zaina, I have a spare bedroom, and the help around the house would be nice, but I'm not sure if I should apply. What do you suggest?
Absolutely. Well, if you live in a city where HomeShare has started and you find yourself close to campus or on a bus route and you have a spare bedroom and you'd love the help around the house, then I would definitely recommend you apply. And then you would meet with a social worker or myself, and we would interview you and go from there. I think it is important to mention that this program is open to 55 and above. So if you're 55 and above, have a spare bedroom and you'd like some help around the house, then yeah, absolutely. I definitely would recommend you apply.
Because it's really conversation. Like every kind of agreement is unique. So if they're not too sure about applying, just talk to one of the social workers, right?
Absolutely. You could definitely reach us via email or phone. And if you're having any issues filling out the application, even we'd be more than happy to help with that as well.
Jackie, I don't want any rent, but I would like the student to do more work around the house instead. Maybe 20 to 25 hours a week. Is that allowed?
So the iteration of the program right now is 5 to 7 hours a week and $400 to $600 a month in rent. So we do stick to that. The student we do encourage the students pay that rent regardless of whether the home provider is asking for the rent. We would ask the student contribute because that 5 to 7 hours is firm. So can't go over 7 hours in this program at this time. And for some of the home providers that say, maybe I don't need that money, I'm not too sure, like I'm pretty okay financially, we can sit down with the social workers and talk about what else you could do with that money. So I have a home provider that donates that money to a charity every month. I have a home provider that's using that money to make their home more age friendly for the future. So they're buying adaptive technologies and doing kind of creative things, and your social worker can help you out with that. But that 5 to 7 hours is pretty firm.
Yeah. So Jackie, question here from email. I have 3 spare bedrooms. Can I have 3 students?
No. So at this time, we match one Canada HomeShare student per home. So we provide mediation services, and we really are focused on that relationship development between the home provider and the student. So right now, the program is the way it is for the duration of these pilots. So we will be continuing with our model so that we can study our model. So it's one student per home provider. That home provider can have other tenants. Say there's a basement unit that's got a tenant in it and the student's going to be in a room upstairs, that's okay. As long as the unit is separate. If the unit was not separate, then that tenant would also have to get the vulnerable sector screening done.
Yeah. So again, Jackie, excuse me, another question by email. My mom still lives on her own, but she sometimes forgets to eat or take her medication. If we brought in a student, could they make sure she was eating and taking her medication?
So the HomeShare students can't be responsible for surveilling their home provider or assisting with things like medication or bathing, hands-on care, feeding, things like that. If someone else was coming in to help manage the medication, like a PSW or a family member, that would be okay for the student to be there, but the student can't be responsible for the medication management of a home provider.
Interesting. So Zaina, this one's for you. I'm not currently a student. Can I apply?
Okay. So currently at this time, this program is only open to post-secondary students. So if you're enrolled in a university program, a college program, or even like an English speaking program, any sort of post-secondary schooling you can be enrolled in, and it can be part-time or full-time. But yeah, you do have to be a student. So if, for example, if you graduated 2 years ago and you're just looking for accommodation, then unfortunately this program is not for you at the moment.
Yeah. So Jackie, this one for you. This program sounds like a good idea. Can I try it for a month and then decide?
Good question. So in this program, it's quite a lengthy process to make those good quality matches that the social workers in the program make. So there's an application, you'd have a screening interview with a social worker to get to know you. Then there would be some other things like a personal reference check and a police background check and that sort of thing. Then moving on to the matching meeting. So we really do make matches that last. So it takes quite a while to do that. And then the matches are introduced to one another, make sure everything's okay, and then the home share agreement is filled out. So we do ask for a 4 to 8 month commitment for home providers and students for the program, and the dates are flexible depending on what your match would also want, and your social worker will help you manage all of that. But as far as try it for a month, that's not really the approach we take. But if you have concerns about why you might not like it or why you might only want to try it for a month, I think that's a great question to ask your social worker and get some more information.
Okay. Zaina, I don't live near near the university or college. Can I still apply as a home provider?
So I actually get this question a lot from Kingston home providers or those who are thinking about applying as they apply. They live on the east or the west end of Kingston. And for those who don't know, the universities kind of and the college are both downtown. So it's not really in walking distance and you need to either have a vehicle or a bus. You still can apply. We ask that your home be on a bus route though, so that if the student doesn't have a car, that they're able to take the public transit to school. That being said, there could be a student that has a vehicle. So if you live a little bit farther out, that maybe the bus system isn't super great, or it takes 45 minutes to an hour, but the student has a car and they can get to campus in 15 minutes. So it really depends on the students that apply and what their preference is. There are some students that, as I said, do have a car, but there are some students that say that I don't want to commute more than 10, 15 minutes to campus at the maximum. So if you don't live right near the university, it's okay. You still can apply, and then we would just kind of base you based on what students apply.
Okay. Jackie, who runs Canada HomeShare?
So Canada HomeShare is run by the National Initiative for the Care of the Elderly, or NICE. So NICE is a nonprofit organization that focuses on turning good quality research into good quality programming. So that's what we did with Canada HomeShare, amongst the other research programs that we run at NICE as well.
Okay. And Jackie, you kind of partially answered our last question. How long do matches last?
Yeah, so Canada HomeShare matches can last as long as both participants in a match want. So those are things that are gone over during the matching meetings. So most students are looking for maybe a school year or a semester, but they can be extended depending on the desires of both parties. So in Toronto, where we have an established program, I've had matches that have been living together for years. And every year we go over the HomeShare agreement and we make amendments and then we make a new date. But in the pilot locations, most likely there would be 4 to 8 month matches.
Interesting. Awesome. So that's all the questions I have for this week. If anyone would like any more information, www.canadahomeshare.com. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out, send us questions there. So tonight I had Zaina Beg from Kingston, our pilot site coordinator, and Jackie Tanner, our national manager. So again, if you want to send questions, search us out, and we'll see you again next time.
Thanks,
Talk to you later.
James.